Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Townball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
Good morning and welcome into today's broadcast. We've got 4 more games this morning, this afternoon, and this evening. It's the Townball Class A State Tournament live here on Prep Spotlight TV. Good morning, however you're tuning in. Thanks for making us a part of your Sunday morning plans. Mitch Widmeyer here with you on Prep Spotlight TV. Game 1 featuring the Hogs of St. Anthony against the Bandits of Bloomington. On your screen, you're seeing St. Anthony warm up. Starting pitcher this afternoon will be Bennett Wiggins, the righty going for the Hogs. Winner of this one will play at 4 p.m. next Saturday, and they will play the winner of Game 2 between the Minneapolis Mudcats and the Highland Park Beavers. 4 games in the book yesterday. Air Freight Unlimited beat the Minneapolis Angels 2-0 in 15 innings. The Millers of Minnetonka advanced. They beat Tri-City, the Shark, 8-2. Baseball 365 took out St. Paul Hops 6-3, and the Metro Knights beat the Hopkins Berries 5-0. Game 1 today, Game 5 of the tournament, St. Anthony, the Hogs, against Bloomington, the Bandits. Get that lineup card for the Bandits for you. Connor O'Brien will lead things off and play center field. Jack Timon playing second base, batting second. David Robbins batting third, playing right field. Garrett Gansky in left, he'll bat cleanup. Alex Mack, the shortstop in the 5-hole. Mark Hansen batting sixth, playing third. R.H. Jubarian is catching, batting seventh. Ryan Walker, first baseman, batting eighth. Designated hitter Mike Borens for the Bloomington Bandits. Pitching for them, not in the lineup, 1 through 9. Nick Seipel. Bennett Wiggins has finished up his warm-up tosses. Both teams wearing black jerseys. Hogs got the gray lettering and numbering with the gray pants. Bloomington wearing the white pants with the white lettering and numbering on the front and back of the jerseys. First pitch from Bennett Wiggins touches up the outside corner for strike one. We're underway. Fastball stays upstairs on that one from Wiggins to Connor O'Brien. This one launched into right center field. Noah Bluth over from right, but it's Chris Long in center, making the catch for out number 1.
With one away, second baseman number 24, Jack Timon.
F8 if you're scoring back home for out number 1. It'll bring up Jack Timon, the second baseman, digging in from the left side of the box for the Bandits. Right down the boulevard from Bennett Wiggins. No balls, 1 strike. Wiggins inside, missed his mark. Ryan Bernardi's in left. Chris Long in center. Noah Bluth in right. Sully Janke at third. As Wiggins delivers inside. Jeff Ostrom at short. Weston Russell at second. Jordan Wiggins, Bennett's brother, at first. 2-1 check swing, didn't want to. Dribbler back to Wiggins, throws over to his brother Jordan Wiggins for out number 2, 1-3. Ryan Firkenhoff is catching balls and strikes for Bennett Wiggins this afternoon. Quickly 2 up, 2 down. It'll bring in David Robbins.
Right fielder, number 28, David Robbins.
Robbins bats here with 2 outs. Top of the first inning, just underway at Palm Field here in St. Anthony's. First pitch finds the outer edge for strike 1. Right back up the middle. Over the right shoulder of Bennett Wiggins. David Robbins tattoos a 2-out single into center field. It'll bring up Garrett Gansky, left fielder batting cleanup for Bloomington here this morning. 1 on, 2 outs for Bloomington. Jordan Wiggins kind of shaded off the bag, not holding on. David Robbins, now he is. First pitch missed the zone for ball one. 1-0. Off-speed pitch, peppers the zone, evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. This one launched into center field. Left center, Chris Long over to his right, calls off Ryan Bernardi and makes the play for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Bottom of the first we go. The Hogs of St. Anthony will have their first crack at it coming up next year on Prep Spotlight TV.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Bottom of the first inning we go. Nick Seipel out there throwing balls and strikes this morning for the Bandits of Bloomington. Get you that lineup card for the Hogs of St. Anthony. Andrew Johnson, designated hitter, will be batting first. Bennett Wiggins, the starting pitcher, batting second. Noah Bluth playing right, batting third. Cleanup, Ryan Bernardi playing left field. Third baseman Sully Janke is at third. Jeff Ostrom is playing short, also batting sixth. Jordan Wiggins playing first, batting seventh. Chris Long, center fielder, batting eighth. Ryan Firkenhoff is catching, batting ninth. Weston Russell, the second baseman, not batting here in this morning's affair. Bottom of the first inning. Bennett Wiggins will bat second. Gave up 1 hit. No damage done, though, in that top half of the first inning. Seipel getting his warm-up tosses in for the Bandits.
And starting on the mound today for the Bandits, number 32, Nick Seipel. And leading off for the Hogs, the designated hitter, number 1, Andrew Johnson.
Designated hitter batting leadoff, it's Andrew Johnson. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Not sure if he got a piece or if he just skipped by there for Andrew Johnson. Designated hitter here for the Hogs. It's actually Nick Seipel, not Seipel, pitching for Bloomington. No balls, 1 strike to Andrew Johnson. One stays below the knees. Evens up the count at 1-1. One is tattooed into left field, but right at Garrett Gansky for out number 1. F7. If you're scoring back home for the first out, it'll bring up Bennett Wiggins.
With 1 away, the pitcher, number 15, Bennett Wiggins.
Wiggins will have a go from the right side. 1 out, bottom first. Beautiful morning here in the great state of Minnesota, here in St. Anthony at Palm Field. Outside corner, you bet, strike one. 76 degrees at first pitch. Breeze blowing out from right to left. Oh, 1 popped up. And that'll get out of play. Count now 0-2 on Bennett Wiggins. Seipel taking a lot of time between pitches. Took his glove off out there on the mound. Not sure if he's having issues gripping the ball or not. But he took a long time. Took his glove off in between pitches there and was kind of just rubbing up the baseball. Count is still 0-2 on Wiggins. It's a curveball that stayed up and in for ball 1. That one hit Bennett Wiggins. Another curveball that didn't tuck its way back in. 1 out, hit by pitch. Will put Bennett Wiggins on first. Seipel again took his glove off, and now he gave the baseball to the umpire. Not sure what the issue is. Bennett Wiggins didn't show any issues in the top half of the first.
Right fielder now, number 24, Noah Bluth.
Yeah, I think it's a grip issue. It is hot. Perhaps sweat's an issue out there, but Noah Bluth bats third in this lineup, takes a big cut and misses. Count now 0-1. This one into shallow right field down the first base line. It will get foul. Harmless strike count now 0-2 on the right fielder, Noah Bluth. Andrew Johnson flew out to left. Bennett Wiggins hit by pitch. He's on first with 1 out here, bottom 1. Wave and a miss. Off speed pitch. That one did tuck into the zone anyways. As Bluth goes down swinging for out number 2, it'll bring up the left fielder, Ryan Bernardi.
Left fielder now, number 4, Ryan Bernardi.
Bernardi digs in left side. 1 on, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV. Runner off for second. Barian couldn't quite corral it in. Bennett Wiggins takes second base here with 2 outs in the first. Now you got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Pitch was ruled a ball. Count is 1-0 on Bernardi. First of 4 here today. Seipel from the stretch, the pitch. Curveball came all the way back around and found the zone. Two outs, bottom 1. Bernardi, the cleanup hitter, trying to knock in the starting pitcher, Bennett Wiggins. This one launched into deep right field. David Robbins takes a look. See you later. 2-run shot for Ryan Bernardi. Muscled up on that one. The Hogs of St. Anthony go up 2-zip, bottom one.
Next up for the Hogs.
Seipel again takes his glove off, out on the mound,
Sullivan Jenke.
as he's rubbing some dirt on the baseball. There's 2 outs here, bottom one. St. Anthony, the Hogs leading 2-zip after that shot by Ryan Bernardi. This is Sully Jenke, third baseman, batting 5th. Having a go here from the right side. Eater stays low and away for ball 1. Jack Swing didn't want to. Foul ball down the first base side. One stayed in. Now 2 balls, 1 strike to Sully Jenke. A fly out from Andrew Johnson. Bennett Wiggins was hit by a pitch. Noah Bluth struck out. Ryan Bernardi on a 2-run bomb to right. Puts the Hogs up 2-zip here. Bottom 1. Good fastball there from Seipel. Count now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be 5-6-7 due up for the Bandits in the top of the 2nd inning. Good rip there from Jenke to stay alive. Seipel again taking his glove off on the mound. Having issues apparently gripping the baseball. It's the 4th time he's done it here, just in the bottom of the 1st inning. Bennett Wiggins, didn't see him have issues in the top half with that. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Jenke, fouled off again. One stays outside, counts run full here with 2 outs, bottom 1. Jeff Ostrom waits on deck. Three-two, wave and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Seipel. Damage is done, though, in the inning. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Top 2 we go. Hogs, St. Anthony leading 2-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV. We're going to the break showing you highlights from some of the games yesterday. This one into left field. Branstad looks up. Walk off. In the bottom of the 15th. Here he comes. Swung on and hit a long way to left field. Wallert going back on it, and it is gone. Solo home run for Ben Suits, and he got the number 1 and put the whistle on it. And it's 1-0. All 3 runs and have 4 hits so far. There's a long drive to left field. Bulow going back, and he can't make the play at the fence. Hiram. Check that Amundsen around third, and the throw is cut off at the plate, and it's a trap. This one clear down the third base line. Coming in to score is Hoffman. Poppets will be waved around. He'll score. Sliding in left is Rowe. He blew out a tire but got it back in. Top of the second inning, Hogs St. Anthony. 2-run bombed from Ryan Bernardi. Get the Hogs up early here. Town Ball Class A State Tournament. Single elimination. 4 games yesterday, 4 more today. This is game 5 overall, game 1 today. Bennett Wiggins will face 5, 6, 7 in the order here. Top 2 means Alex Mack, Mark Hansen, Arich Jubarian for Bloomington. Wiggins finishing his warm-up tosses. Good start for the Hogs here this morning.
The Bandits. Shortstop number 7, Alex Mack.
Mack batting 5th, playing short here this morning for Bloomington. Right down Main Street there for strike 1 on the off-speed pitch. Ooh, over the head. Mack had a duck out of the way of that fastball. One ball, one strike here. To Alec Mack. One stays high, and it's 2-1. Check swing. Peel down to first. They say no swing. 3-1. Mark Hansen waits on deck. Alex Mack ahead in the count. 3-1 to start top 2. Takes ball 4 inside. Leadoff batter reaches for the Bandits. Brings in the lefty Mark Hansen.
Now number 3.
Batting
Mark
6th.
Hansen.
Playing 3rd. Wiggins working from the stretch now with the runner on first. Fastball inside for ball 1. 5 of the first 6 pitches this inning have missed the zone for Bennett Wiggins. Mack getting a good lead off the bag over there at first, being held on by Jordan Wiggins. But Mack has a very good lead over there. Yeah, and they throw back over. Mack gets back in with a head-first slide. This one ticketed into right field, but right at Bluth, who throws back to first on a rope, but Mack gets back in. F9 for out number 1 here in the top of the second. We'll bring up Arich Jubarian.
With one away, the catcher number 6, Arich Jubarian.
See what Jubarian does here. 1 on, 1 out, top 2. See if Mack gets aggressive over there on the base paths. Another good lead over at the bag. Speed pitch slices the plate in half for strike 1. Throw over, Mack back. Mack walked. Hansen just flew out to right. And now Jubarian bats 1 on, 1 out, top 2. Mack off. Throw down to second. High and off the mark. Alex Mack takes second base. I believe the pitch was ruled a ball to Jubarian. Into left field, right at Bernardi. Couple paces back to his right. Cap high catch for out number 2. 2 well-struck balls for the outs this inning off the bats of Mark Hansen and Arich Jubarian, but just 2 loud outs.
Number 4, Ryan Walker.
And it'll bring up Ryan Walker batting 8th, playing first base. With 2 outs here in the top of the second, Alex Mack hanging out over at second base, hoping that his first baseman can find a spot in the outfield and drive him in. Mack is getting a big lead and an even bigger secondary lead out there at second. Wiggins steps off. Wiggins to Walker. Strike 1. Bottom third of the zone. Evens up the count. Wave and a miss. Makes the count now 1-2. Wiggins trying to get out of this and leave Max stranded at second. The 1-2. Right down Main Street. Strike 3 looking. First strikeout of the morning for Bennett Wiggins. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. Bottom 2 we go. The Hogs St. Anthony leading 2-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Bottom of the second inning, St. Anthony Hogs leading 2-0 over the Bloomington Bandits here on Prep Spotlight TV. Thanks for making us a part of your Sunday morning plans. Town Ball Class A state tournament. Nick Seipel back out there throwing balls and strikes. He had trouble finding a grip on the baseball in that first inning. 4 different occasions took his glove off. On 2 of those 4 occasions, he actually had the umpire over on the first base side come over and kind of rub down the baseball for him. So we'll see if that issue continues on here in the bottom of the second inning. Jeff Ostrom leading off. It'll be 6-7-8. That means Ostrom, Jordan Wiggins, Chris Long do up this inning for the Hogs. Seipel's 1-0 into left field, jammed him up a little bit. Garrett Gansky to his right makes the catch, cap high for out number 1. Quickly one up, one down.
First baseman now, number 9, Jordan Wiggins.
Jordan Wiggins trying to help his brother, Bennett Wiggins, the starting pitcher out here. Trying to spark a rally, bottom 2. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Seipel reacting as though he thought that one was a strike. No dice, though, on the call. 1-0. That one inside and a little tight, and it's 2-0. Inside again. 3 straight out of the zone. To the 7-hole hitter, Jordan Wiggins, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd. That one finds the zone. Seipel going to try to fight back into the count. It's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Seipel to Wiggins. That one on a line but foul. Counts run full now at 3-2. Chris Long on deck. 1 out, bottom 2nd. 2 runs, 1 hit. No errors for the Hogs. No runs, 1 hit. No errors for the Bloomington Bandits. The 3-2. Inside for ball 4. 1 out, free pass. We'll put Jordan Wiggins on first. Center fielder batting 8.
Chris
8's wild, really. Chris Long batting 8th. Wears number 8. And plays the spot on the field that is deemed 8 in center field on your scorecard. So 8's wild here for Chris Long. 1 on, 1 out. Fastball, no. It's 1-0. It's now 5 out of the last 6, missing the mark for Seipel. The 1-0. Just a bit inside. Now 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. Chopped down the third base line. Tough play for Mark Hansen. Throws over to first. What a play over at the bag for Ryan Walker to pick that one. And in time. Advancing down to second is Jordan Wiggins, but that's a 5-3 put out for out number 2.
with 2 away.
It'll bring up Ryan Firkenhoff.
Number 5, the Ryan Firkenhoff.
Firkenhoff batting. 1 on, 2 outs. Single might be able to score Jordan Wiggins, who's hanging out over there at second base. Firkenhoff watches that one pepper the zone for strike 1. 2 runs so far in this game, a 2-run homer from Ryan Bernardi with 2 outs in the bottom of the 1st. Ooh, and that one hit Firkenhoff. So he'll reach here with 2 outs, put runners on first and second. Second hit batter so far in this one for Seipel. So the issues with
Designated
gripping the
hitter number
baseball
1, Andrew
might be validated
Johnson.
there for Seipel. Flip your lineup cards back over to the top. Andrew Johnson batting here. 2 on, 2 out, bottom 2. Johnson flew out to left field to get things going in the bottom of the 1st inning. Seipel will work from the stretch. Trying to maneuver out of a little jam. First pitch shot foul down the first base side by Andrew Johnson. Fastball high and tight, evens up the count at 1-1. Johnson leading off, the designated hitter today for the Hogs. This one into left field, that'll land in. They're going to wave Jordan Wiggins around third. Now they're going to hold him. Good throw back in on the two-hop by Garrett Gansky. It's a single for Johnson. Bases loaded, 2 outs. It'll bring up the pitcher, Bennett Wiggins. Has a genuine opportunity here to help his own cause as the starting pitcher for the Hogs, batting bases juice, 2 down. Jeff Ostrom flew out to left to start the inning. Jordan Wiggins was walked. Chris Long grounded out. Ryan Firkenhoff was hit by a pitch, and Andrew Johnson just singled. First pitch, fastball upstairs. Ball 1 to Bennett Wiggins. He was hit by a pitch in the first, came around to score on that 2-run homer from Ryan Bernardi. One-0. Underneath it into right field, retreating back David Robbins. Cap high catch. That will retire the side. Seipel works out of a jam in this one. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on base for the Hogs. Top of the third we go. 2-0. St. Anthony leading Bloomington here on Prep Spotlight TV.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv. Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Well, St. Anthony left the bases loaded in the bottom of the second inning, so Bloomington going to try to pounce now, trailing 2-0. Prep Spotlight TV, Town Ball Class A State Tournament. Mitch Widmeyer helping bring the coverage this morning here on Prep Spotlight. Game 5 of the tournament. First game here today, first of 4. Winner of this one will play the winner of our next one. Minneapolis Mudcats against the Highland Park Beavers. Air Freight United won 2-0 yesterday. They will face the Minnetonka Millers, who took out the Tri-City Shark by a final score of 8-2. It was Baseball 365 over the St. Paul Hops, 6-3. Baseball 365 will take on the Metro Knights, who beat Hopkins, the Berries, yesterday, 5-0.
Designated hitter number 21.
So 2 of the quarterfinals set next Saturday. It'll be Air Freight United against the Minnetonka Millers. Metro Knights will take on Baseball 365. 9-1-2 due up in the order here. Top 3 for Bloomington. Mike Borens, designated hitter, will have first crack at things here. Bennett Wiggins not going to mess around. Splits the plate, strike 1. That one slid off the outside corner. 1-1. Good off-speed pitch there from Bennett Wiggins. He's working quickly out there on the bump. Ahead in the count, 1-2. He batted bottom second, bases loaded, 2 outs, and flew out to right field to David Robbins. That one outside corner paints a portrait. Second strikeout for Bennett Wiggins. Top of the order we go with Connor O'Brien. Flew out to center field to get this game going in the top of the first. 0 for 1, Connor O'Brien, leadoff hitter, playing center field for the Bandits here this morning. got jammed over on the first base side. Jordan Wiggins, easy play, one pitch for the second out of the inning. Quickly 2 up, 2 down for Jack Timon. Timon 0 for 1, grounded out to Bennett Wiggins. Back in inning number 1. 2 outs, top 3, here we go. This one, fisted down to the third baseman, Sully Janke across the diamond. That is a 4-pitch inning for Bennett Wiggins. Bottom 3 we go. Hogs will have another crack at it. They lead 2-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for all.
Welcome back. Getting set for the bottom of the third inning here on Prep Spotlight TV. This weekend is just the beginning of a great month of baseball in Minnesota. The Class BC tournaments get underway next Friday in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Make sure to get out and support your community. Or, you know, if you just love the game of baseball, you want to watch win or go home games at some fantastic venues. There's nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, prepspotlight.tv/townball has packages that'll make watching all the venues very affordable. Enjoy the tournament, folks, at the park or on prepspotlight.tv. 2-0. Hogs of St. Anthony leading the Bloomington Bandits. Game 1 of 4 here today.
Right fielder number 24, Noah Bluth.
Quick inning in the top half of the third. I think it was just 4 pitches. Check that, 5 pitches is all it took for Bennett Wiggins. 3-4-5 in the bottom half. That means Noah Bluth, who struck out swinging in the first, will lead things off here bottom half. Nick Seipel back out there wheeling and dealing for the Bandits. This one down the third base line, and it's foul ball. Looked like it skipped right over the bag. It is ruled foul. Would have been a double. Instead, foul ball, count now 1-1 to Bluth. The 1-1. Absolutely picture perfect off-speed pitch there by Seipel. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bluth. Here is the 1-2. Into right field, charging in, now stopping dead in his tracks. Making the catch to his right, David Robbins for out number 1. Robbins has been busy out there today. Made 3 plays so far out there in right field. Unfortunately, David Robbins, last time this guy was up, all he could do was watch. Ryan Bernardi unleashed on a 2-run bomb in his first at-bat. That's been all the scoring here so far. Bernardi bats with 1 out, bottom 3. That one a bit too high, count 1-0. So Bernardi bats with 1 out. 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer. Batting cleanup, playing left field for the Hogs. This one roped foul down the first base side. Bernardi was all over that one. 1-1. Inside corner. Great pitch there from Seipel. Count now 1-2. One out here in the bottom of the third. Bernardi trying to square up another ball. Another shot. Foul down the right side on a rope by Bernardi. Seems to have timed out Seipel pretty well. Trying now to just put one in play. Wave and a miss. Seipel gets him, strike 3. 2 up, 2 down for Sully Janke. It's the third strikeout for Nick Seipel so far. Hasn't had any issues this inning gripping the baseball. First 2 innings, he took his glove off multiple times in both frames to try to rub up and sort of groove the baseball, get a grip on it. Even had the umpire at first base do it for him on a couple of occasions. Lazy fly ball to left field. Garrett Gansky makes the catch, cap high. That's a quick 3 up, 3 down inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base. To the 4th we go. St. Anthony Hogs leading 2-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Fourth inning we go. Bennett Wiggins back out towing the rubber, wheeling and dealing. Mitch Widmeyer bringing you games 1 and 2. We will have games 3 and 4 as well here on Prep Spotlight TV. Town Ball Class A State Tournament.
Robin.
3, 4, 5. David Robbins, Garrett Gansky, Alex Mack due up here in the 4th for the Bandits. Still trying to scratch across their first run. They only have 1 hit through 3 innings so far. Bennett Wiggins has been wheeling and dealing, and his off-speed pitch finds the strike zone. One ball, one strike. Robbins didn't chase that one, and it's 2-1. Expected to get up to around 86 degrees. There is a nice breeze right now blowing out to left center. Swan will get out of play to the right. Punch to second on a hop, Weston Russell. Easy play over to first. Robbins didn't even run it out. He turned around and immediately walked back towards the dugout.
Left fielder number 12.
As Russell was fielding it.
Gansky.
Not sure what that was about, but it's 4-3 for out number 1. Garrett Gansky flew out to dead center at Chris Long at his first at bat. Takes a look at strike 1 there from Bennett Wiggins. Time was called at the dish before that pitch was thrown. The 0-1 from Bennett Wiggins. They're trying to get him out of his rhythm. Ooh, wave and a miss. Way out in front of that one. Gansky behind now 0-2. It's 3:15 down the lines in right and left. To the gaps, 365 in both right and left center. Seen quite a few home runs. This is the 5th game so far here at Palm Field. That one just missed. Wiggins hit his spot too. Count now 2-2. Time called again. You know, that time Wiggins was basically in his motion, in his windup, before that one was dealt to home. The 2-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Bennett Wiggins on his A game today. It's his 3rd strikeout, first of the swinging variety. 2 outs here, top 4th for Alex
With
Mack.
2 away. Shortstop number 7, Alex.
Mack is one of only 2 base runners to have reached so far here for the Bandits. He was walked to lead off the 2nd inning. Check swing, appeal down to first. They say he went, strike 1. Mack gives almost a nod of approval that the umpire got that one right. Caught him swinging. No balls, 1 strike. Wiggins working quickly. That one skips low. One ball, 1 strike. Misses off the plate, and it's 2-1. Mack has a good eye up there at the plate. Drawing that walk in the 2nd. Watching a couple zip out of the zone here in the 4th with 2 down. This one laced into center field, charging in. It'll bounce in front of Chris Long. Mack has been on base twice. 2-out single, trying to spark a rally here for the Bandits in the 4th. It'll bring up Mark Hansen, who flew out to right field. Back in inning number 2.
Catcher now, third baseman now, number 3, Mark Hansen.
Grill is fired up. You can smell the burgers and the brats. Off to the right side of the field. You betcha. Strike 1 there. Curveball peppers the zone. No balls, 1 strike to Mark Hansen. Throw over to first, not in time. Mack did steal 2nd. Back in inning number 2, and then was subsequently stranded at the bag when the inning came to a conclusion, at least the top half of it. See if he's off and running at some point in this at-bat. He has some of the attention of the pitcher, Bennett Wiggins. He's getting a monstrous lead over there at first. See him on the far right of your screen. Good lead over there at the bag. Foul down the first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two outs, 1-2 count to Mark Hansen. 0 for 1 with a fly out. Mack off for 2nd. This one grounded to 2nd. Weston Russell over to 1st. That will retire the side. Bennett Wiggins moving and grooving so far. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Let's go bottom 4. Hogs of St. Anthony leading 2-0. Here on Prep Spotlight TV, we'll take you to the break, showing you some highlights from the 4 games yesterday. This one into left field. Branstad looks up. Walk off. In the bottom of the 15th. Here he comes. Swung on and hit a long way to left field. Wallard going back on it, and it is gone. Solo home run for Ben Suits, and he got the number 1 and put the whistle on it. And it's 1-0. All 3 runs and have 4 hits so far. There's a long drive to left field. Bulow going back, and he can't make the play at the fence. Hiram. Check that Amundsen around 3rd, and the throw is cut off at the plate, and it's a trap. This one fair down the 3rd base line. Coming in to score is Hoffman. Poppets will be waved around. He'll score. Sliding in left is Rowe. He blew out a tire, but got it back in. Bottom of the 4th inning. St. Anthony Hogs leading 2-0 over the Bloomington Bandits here on Prep Spotlight TV. Mitch Whitmire helping you bring the coverage across the network, at least for games 1 and 2. For St. Anthony, 6-7-8 due up. Nick Seipel getting his warm-up pitches in. That means Jeff Ostrom, Jordan Wiggins, and Chris
Leading
Long
off for the Hogs,
are due this
shortstop,
inning
number 34
for the
Jeff
Hogs.
Ostrom.
Ostrom flew out to the left, right at Garrett Gansky. Back in the second inning. See what Ostrom has in mind here to start the bottom of the fourth. Inside corner, knots him up for strike one. This one skied into shallow left field. Shortstop out there in the grass. Alex Mack makes the catch for out number one. Got a good beat on that one for the first out of the inning.
With one away, first baseman number 9, Jordan Wiggins.
Foul ball. First pitch to Jordan Wiggins. He walked, was stranded at third back in inning number 2. This one lined into center sharply, but right at Connor O'Brien. He had it played perfectly. F8 for out number 2 here in the bottom of the fourth.
Center fielder, number 8, Chris Long.
Quickly 2 out here in the bottom of the fourth, and strike one to Chris Long, who grounded out to Mark Hansen at third in his first at bat. Nick Seipel, after hitting a couple of batters, walking another, giving up that 2-run shot in the first couple of innings, he has really settled into a groove. He has set down 6 in a row. He's ahead in the count on Chris Long, 0-2. Gonna get him to chase. Good idea there from Seipel. One ball, 2 strikes. Seipel long look in. That'll land in. That might split the gap. Connor O'Brien got over there quickly from center. Big turnaround first, but Long will hang tight with a 2-out single, and it'll bring Ryan Firkenhoff up. The catcher for the Hogs, batting 9th, was hit by a pitch, stranded at second base. His first time at the dish. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Hogs. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Bandits. 2-zip is the score, bottom 4. Difference maker so far. 2-run homer from Ryan Bernardi. First pitch from Seipel. Popped up. Did hit the screen anyways. Jubarian wouldn't have had a play. Jubarian asking one of the fans in the first row, why didn't you help me? No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner on first is Chris Long. Just hit a single into left field. He's off for second. Firkenhoff just got hit for a second time. He has Warren, too, right on the sleeve. 2 on, 2 out. Another chance here. Back in the second inning. The Hogs left the bases loaded. Now they've got 2 on, 2 out here, bottom 4. And brings up the leadoff hitter. Flip your lineup cards back over. The DH, Andrew Johnson, 1 for 2 with a single. This one into center field. Connor O'Brien charges in, reaches up and makes the catch for out number 3. Seipel works out of another pickle. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. We go to the 5th inning, 2-0. The Hogs leading the Bandits here on Prep Spotlight TV. On to the 5th inning we go. The Hogs of St. Anthony leading 2-0 on a 2-run shot from Ryan Bernardi that came all the way back in inning number 1. Both starting pitchers, Bennett Wiggins and Nick Seipel, have been wheeling and dealing out there on the rubber for their respective squads. You got 7, 8, 9 due up this inning for the Bandits as they try to erase that goose egg from their side of the scoreboard. It'll be our Rich Jubarian leading off here, top 5. Uncle Charlie finds the zone. Jubarian flew out to left field in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Jubarian popped up right side. Jordan Wiggins sails on over to his left. Makes the over-the-head catch for out number 1 here in the 5th. Just 3 base runners have reached so far.
First base.
David Robbins has a single. Alex Mack has a walk and a single. Outside of that, Bennett Wiggins has been dealing. Ryan Walker struck out looking in his first at-bat. Fastball stays inside. A little too tight for the zone, and it's 1-0. 1 ball, no strike to the lefty Walker. Walker, foul. Evens up the count at 1-1. Tied him up there, making the count 1-2. Bandits just 2 hits so far. Only 3 for the Hogs, but St. Anthony has left the bases loaded on 1 occasion and 2 runners on just last inning. So a lot left on base for the Hogs. This is game 5 of the tournament. First here today. There were 4 yesterday. 4 more today. Check swing. They say he didn't go, and it's 2-2. One out here, top of the 5th. Walker going with that old school, no batting gloves approach as he fouls this one off the screen. Two balls, 2 strikes. One out here in the 5th. Wiggins shakes off the first sign, likes the second. Inside fastball misses. Counts run full. Mike Boren's designated hitter on deck struck out looking in his first at-bat. This one chopped right back to Wiggins. Had to wait for the hop. Pitches over to his brother Jordan Wiggins. 1-3 for out number 2. Here comes Mike Borens, 0 for 1. 2 outs, top 5. Pitchers duel breaking out here at Palm Field so far in game 1. Borens turns away, but he turned away from a strike. 0-1. 2 outs, top 5. Designated hitter Borens out in front, 0-2. Man, Bennett Wiggins looking sharp. Just 3 strikeouts, so a lot of balls have been put in play, but not too much hard hit. The exit velo number has got to be low for the Bandits so far in this one. That one missed his mark. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wiggins was halfway to the dugout. Wind now blowing in from center. It's taking a turn. Fastball away, 2-2. Wiggins has retired 11 of the last 12. Peeled down at first, they say he did not swing. Counts run full. Another close pitch. Wiggins, when he's missing pitches, he's not missing by much. There's a good eye there by Borens, who was able to hold up on the check swing as well. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 12 out of 13. 12 out of the last 13 shut down by Bennett Wiggins. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Bottom of the 5th inning we head. Hogs still leading 2-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Full of games, both on Saturday and Sunday, to determine the next champion of Class
Bottom of the
A
5th inning.
baseball.
Nick Seipel back out there, delivering for the Bandits. He will face 2-3-4 Bennett Wiggins, Noah Bluth, Ryan Bernardi. Meat and potatoes of the order coming up for the Hogs as they look to add on to this 2-run lead. Bennett Wiggins Going to try to assist his own cause. Starting pitcher, batting second.
Bennett Wiggins.
So far today, 0 for 1 was hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first. Flew out to right field in his last at-bat with the bases loaded in 2 outs. So now he leads off bottom 5. This one over to the right side again. Ryan Walker, first baseman, gives chase and makes the basket catch. Nifty play there by Ryan Walker for out number 1. Noah Bluth, 0 for 2. We'll have a go here with 1 out in the 5th.
Right fielder now, number 24, Noah Bluth.
Seipel to Bluth, outside corner, paints it, 0-1. Seipel had issues the first 2 innings finding a grip on the baseball. Multiple times he had to take his glove off, just set it down to the mound and rub some dirt on the ball on his hands. And a couple of times he had the first base umpire come over and rub it up for him, and hasn't had that problem 3rd, 4th, or so far here in the 5th. No balls, 2 strikes to Bluth. Cracked foul down the third base side. Bluth, the right fielder. 0 for 2 for the Hogs so far. Chops that one, stays alive. Count still 0-2. Now Seipel, first couple innings, look like he might not make the 5th or 6th inning, and he's really settled into a nice rhythm. Hit Bennett Wiggins in the first inning, then gave up that 2-run shot to Bernardi. Walked 2, gave up another hit in the second, got out of a bases-loaded jam. And he has worked pretty efficiently since then. Did have to work out of another pickle in the 4th inning with 2 on and 2 out, but did so successfully. One ball, 2 strikes to Noah Bluth. Seipel, the wind, the pitch, check swing, didn't go, 2-2. Good off-speed pitch there from Seipel. Had Bluth leaning but not swinging. High cheddar. Bluth took the bait for out number 2. 4th strikeout for Seipel.
Batting now the left fielder, number 4.
Man of the game so far, as far as offense goes. Ryan Bernardi has the 2-run homer back in the first, struck out swinging in the 3rd. He's got both RBI in this one so far. Nobody on, 2 out, bottom 5. Bernardi wrapped up on that one for strike 1. That one bounced perfectly off the back screen and right back to Jubarian, who had his head on a swivel, just pivoted around, made the grab. Outfield playing pretty deep here for Bernardi. Slide piece slides inside for a ball, and it's 1-1. Two outs here, bottom 5. Hogs lead 2-zip. Line of the pitch from Seipel. Fouled away again. One ball, 2 strikes. Launched into center field, playable. Connor O'Brien fighting the wind. Makes the catch. Head high for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We move and groove to the 6th inning. St. Anthony, the Hogs up 2-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv. Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
On to the 6th inning. Bennett Wiggins carving out a masterpiece on the mound so far, has yielded just 2 hits, only 1 free pass issued out. He's been mowing down the Bandits left and right. Back out there for any number 6. His Hogs lead 2-0. Top of the order due up for Bloomington. So they'll lead off the 6th with 1, 2, 3. Connor O'Brien, Jake Timon, and David Robbins. Good part of the order for Bloomington to try to attack here and try to erase that 0 off their side of the scoreboard.
The Bandits of Bloomington.
We'll have to do it while dealing with Bennett Wiggins.
Connor O'Brien.
Wiggins, first pitch to O'Brien. Outside ball 1. Bennett Wiggins doesn't take much time between pitches. Gets that sign, looks in, and fires away. Check swing, they say he didn't go, and it's 2-0. Wiggins asking where that one missed. Home plate umpire said it was off the plate away. It's 2-0. That one down low, and it's 3-0 to Connor O'Brien. Mentioned just 1 walk issued out. That came back to Alex Mack, all the way back in inning number 2. See if Wiggins fights back here. That one's a strike on the inside corner, and it's 3-1. O'Brien tossed the bat, thought it was ball 4. Three balls, 1 strike. O'Brien, the leadoff hitter, leading off the top of the 6th. He's 0 for 2. Grounded to short. Ostrom to his left. Perfect throw across the way to Jordan Wiggins. 6-3 for out number 1. Jack Timon 0 for 2. Couple of ground outs. He's grounded out to Bennett Wiggins. He's grounded out to Sully Janke so far here this morning. 2-0 the lead for the Hogs. Ryan Bernardi muscled up on a 2-run shot all the way back in the 1st inning. It's been all the scoring we've seen so far. That one misses, and it's 1-0. Not sure if it was high or outside, or looked pretty good. 1-0 from Wiggins. This one into shallow left field. Charging in and making the catch is Ryan Bernardi, F7. 2 outs here in the 6th for David Robbins. Robbins has one of the 2 hits for the Bandits. Single came back in the 1st inning, grounded out to second in the 4th, and interestingly enough, he grounded out to second. He didn't even make an attempt to make it down the baseline. He took 1 or 2 steps and headed back to the dugout. Going to try to spark a 2-out rally here for Bloomington. 3-hole hitter in the lineup for the Bandits. Outside corner, finds the zone, strike 1. Peeking ahead briefly to the bottom half of the inning, the Hogs will have 5, 6, 7 due up in the lineup. Robbins going to try to jump start this offense here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th for Bloomington. Right to the 3rd baseman. Janke had to stretch out a little bit to make the catch, but that will retire the side. Bottom of the 6th inning we go. Hogs lead 2-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Throughout all games today.
Bottom six, Nick Seipel back out there. For the Bandits, Bloomington trailing St. Anthony, the Hogs 2-zip here on Prep Spotlight TV. Town Ball Class A state tournament, first of 4 games today, 4 in the books yesterday. Game 1 yesterday went 15 innings. Air Freight Unlimited came out victorious over the Minneapolis Angels 2-zip. Baseball 3-6-5 won yesterday. Minnetonka Millers advanced as well.
Number 20, Sullivan Janke.
The Metro Knights won 5-0 over the Hopkins Berries. Those 4 teams punched their tickets to the quarters. One of these two will do the same when this one goes final. Sully Janke made a nice play to end the top of the 6th inning on a line drive, hit right to him at third, had to stretch out a little bit, made the play, and he leads off here in the bottom of the 6th. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout so far to his resume. Seipel's 0-1. Fouled away again, and it's 0-2. Seipel working quick. Gets the sign in from Jubarian. Delivers the 0-2 off the wrist, first base side. It'll curl out of play. 3 pitches, 3 foul balls for Sully Janke. I know they're giving out 50 cents to all the youngsters out here whenever they retrieve a foul ball and bring it back. That's 3 in a row for Janke. Someone could have made a quick $1.50. 0-2. Seipel to Janke. The pitch on the line to the center. Over to his right, Connor O'Brien makes the easy play for out number 1.
With 1 away, shortstop number 34, Jeff Ostrom.
Jeff Ostrom has a couple of flyouts to the left side. He's 0 for 2. He flew out to Gansky once and left. And then Alex Mack made a great play in left field, about halfway between the infield dirt and the fence in the outfield. He went way back there, called off Gansky, and made a play back in the 4th inning when Ostrom was at the dish. So Ostrom 0 for 2, behind the count here, 0-1. 1 out, bottom 6, 2-0 the lead for the Hogs. Breaking ball stays low. 1-1. One out, bottom 6. The 1-1 to the shortstop for St. Anthony. This one looped right at Jack Timon for out number 2.
First baseman now, number 9, Jordan
Nick Seipel
Wiggins.
has shut down 12 out of the last 14 batters he has faced now. 12 out of the last 14. Outside of that 2-run homer in the first, offense has been at a premium so far in this one. Foul tip into the glove by Jordan Wiggins. Walked in the second, flew out to Connor O'Brien in center. back in inning number 4. So 0 for 1 with a walk for Jordan Wiggins, batting 7th, playing first base for the Hogs. 2 outs, 0-1 inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Seipel's pitch. Right back up the middle. 2 out single for Jordan Wiggins. Second time he's been on base here today. Brings up Chris Long, who has 1 of the 4 hits for St. Anthony, singled back in the 4th. St. Anthony trying to pump out some insurance runs for their starter, Bennett Wiggins. Seipel working from the stretch. This one down the line in left and foul. 1 off the fence. Chris Long got a hold of that one just out in front. It is a loud, deep foul ball. Ends up at the end of the day just being a strike. 0-1 is the count. Janke flew out to center. Ostrom popped out to the second baseman, Timon. Jordan Wiggins with a single. Chris Long batting now, 1 on 2 outs. One curves off the plate, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Pass ball away. Out of play, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Chris Long. Seems to have it pretty well timed up on Seipel. 2 outs here, bottom of the 6th. Ryan Firkenhoff is on deck. He's been hit by a pitch twice so far today. See if he gets a crack at things or if Seipel retires Long and we move on to the 7th. The 2-2 runner off for second base. Check swing, didn't want to, and it's foul. Home plate ump reloading up on some baseballs. In between pitches here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Bloomington, as we take a little sneak peek ahead to the 7th, they will have 4, 5, 6 due up in the order. A little work left to be done here, though. Seipel to Long, the pitch into left, coming in. Dansky to his right, easy play. Out number 3. A 2-out single, but no damage done as we move to the 7th. 0 runs, 1 hit, 0 errors. 1 left on base. 7th inning we go. St. Anthony leading 2-0 here on Prep Spotlight TV. St. Anthony Hogs leading 2-0 here as we go to the 7th inning over the Bloomington Bandits. This weekend's just the beginning of a great month of baseball in Minnesota. The Class BC tournaments get underway next Friday in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Get out and support your community, or, if you just love the game of baseball, you want to watch win or go home games at fantastic venues. There's nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, though, PrepSpotlight.tv/townball is packages that'll make watching all the venues very affordable. Enjoy the tournament at the park or on Prep Spotlight TV. Bennett Wiggins putting together a masterpiece so far out on the bump. The St. Anthony leads 2-0. Top 7, 4, 5, 6 due up for the Bandits. That means Garrett Gansky, Alex Mack, and Mark Hansen are due up this inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Bloomington. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors left to right on the scoreboard for the Hogs. Wiggins' first pitch down the left field line. That's fair. Fair ball in there for Gansky. Gansky going to second base. Throw comes in. It's off the mark. That's a leadoff double here in the 7th for Garrett Gansky. Could get things going there for the Bandits. Good guy to have up at the dish. Alex Mack is up the shortstop. He's been on base twice, a walk and a single so far. It's the first hit that Bennett Wiggins has given up since the single by Mack back in inning number 4. Gansky leads from second. Good lead over there. Wiggins will work from the stretch. After the leadoff double, Mack shows bunt, brings it back inside corner, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Wiggins pitch, showing bunt again. Mack bunts it foul, 0-2. Can't imagine he'll be bunting here now, down 0-2 in the count. Mentioned he's been on base both times, a walk and a single. But couldn't lay down a bunt on either of those first 2 pitches. Count now 0-2 here in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout for the first out there for Bennett Wiggins.
Third baseman now, number 3, Mark Hansen.
Just a 4 strikeout for Wiggins, but a big one. Brings up Mark Hansen, who's 0 for 2. Hansen, the third baseman, batting 6th in the lineup for Bloomington. Takes this one to left center. It's tailing away from Chris Long. Ryan Bernardi calls off. Long makes the catch. 1 pitch for the second out, F7. That'll bring up
2 away now, the catcher, number 6,
Rich Jubarian. So Jubarian bats here with 2 outs. He's also 0 for 2. A leadoff double for Garrett Gansky. Right down the left side. Fast forward now, there's 2 outs in the top of the 7th, and Gansky's still at second base. Wiggins has gotten a strikeout, a flyout. Now trying to go to work here on Jubarian. Down low, ball 1. One ball, no strike to the catcher for Bloomington. Big spot here in the top of the 7th. Bloomington has not had many opportunities. This is just the second chance this game where they've been batting with a runner in scoring position. Other chance came back in inning number 2. But it's the third batter this inning that's batted with Gansky on second base. First 2 unsuccessful. Jubarian trying to flip the script. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wiggins long look in to Ferkenhoff. That one missed the mark, and it's 2-1. See if Jubarian gets something to hit here. 2-1 count. Skips past Ferkenhoff. He still can't locate it. coming around third, and Gansky will score. Oh my goodness. Birkenhoff never found the ball. You don't see that every day. Gansky comes from second to home on the wild pitch, and it's 2-1. Wow. Bandits cut that deficit in half. It's now 2-1. Birkenhoff could never locate where it was until it was too late. Pitch to Jubarian. Inside, count now 3-1. Let him go. Wiggins walks Jubarian. 2 outs here in the 7th. It'll bring up Ryan Walker. Meeting of the minds out on the mound. So Gansky really did it all himself this inning. He led off with a double. Alex Mack struck out, Mark Hansen flew out, and then on a wild pitch, Gansky came from second to home as Birkenhoff could not locate where the ball had trickled away to. It's now 2-1. Courtesy runner coming into the game for the catcher Jubarian over at first. Ryan Walker set to bat. He's 0 for 2.
Catcher at first base, number 11, John Kern.
2-1, close one.
And batting now for Bloomington.
Hogs
First
leading.
baseman, number
Tying
4,
run on base, though,
Ryan Walker.
for the Bandits. First pitch just missed, and it's 1-0. Jubarian's courtesy runner being held on the bag by Jordan Wiggins. This one off the umpire. Bennett Wiggins doesn't have a play, though. It hit off the umpire. Not sure if Weston Russell would have had a play at second. But that one went right off the chest of the base ump. Now 2 on, 2 out for Bloomington.
Batting now for Bloomington, number 33, Nico Loman.
Pinch hitter up here for the Bandits. Fastball misses off the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Big moment in this ball game. Wiggins coming home on the 1-0. It's now 2-0. It's been a real weird inning after the leadoff double from Garrett Gansky. Came around to score from second on one singular play on a wild pitch. Then Ryan Walker just put one into play with 2 outs. And it hit the umpire in the chest. Fastball outside corner to Nico Loman, who's pinch hitting for the DH Mike Borens. Massive moment in this game. 2 on, 2 outs. 1-run game. The 2-1 to Loman. Loman right to short. Scooped on a hop. Underhand pitch. Good play there by Jeff Ostrom. Weston Russell covering the bag for out number 3. They do get a run, though. 1 run in the frame for Bloomington on 2 hits. No errors. They leave 1 on base. Bottom 7 we go. 2-1 the lead for the Hogs. pitcher in for Bloomington. It's number 14, Cliff Christopherson. Book is closed on Nick Seipel. He was pretty dang good here for the Bandits.
For the Hogs, number 5, Ryan Furkenhoff.
Going 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Get those walks and strikeout numbers in a second. Ryan Furkenhoff leads off bottom 7. He's been hit by a pitch twice. He takes strike 1 here. Sidewinder misses the zone. Christopherson, count 1-1. 4 free passes were issued out, so we've got Seipel's final line as this one's blooped over to the first base side, and making the play as he runs into the fence there is Ryan Walker for out number 1, so Furkenhoff is retired. 6 innings for Nick Seipel. 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned on the 2-run homer from
For the Hogs now, the
Ryan
designated
Bernardi.
number 1,
4 walks,
Andrew
3 of those were
Johnson.
hit by pitches. 4 strikeouts for Seipel. Back to the top of the order we go. For the Hogs, 1 out here, bottom 7. Means Andrew Johnson's up. He's 1 for 3. Off-speed pitch misses. Christopherson over the top motion on that pitch has also shown the sidewinding throw as well so far in this inning. Off-speed pitch over the top stays upstairs. It's now 2-0 on the designated hitter Andrew Johnson. Bottom 7, 2-1. There's that sidewinding fastball outside corner. Seems like when he goes off speed, it's been over the top. When he goes fastball, it's the sidewind motion. Off speed, over the top, strike 2. The batters would be able to read that if it is the case. So far it has been. Anytime he does the over the top motion, it's a breaking ball. Sidewind means fastball. Andrew Johnson over to the right side, gloved, thrown onto first, just in time for out number 2, Ryan Walker. Initially sort of booted while he was fielding the ball, but did sweep it up and flip it over to Christopherson. 3-1 for out number 2. Starting pitcher Bennett Wiggins up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 with a hit by pitch. Did score a run back in the first. Wiggins right to the second baseman, Jack Timon. That retires the side. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 7th. Hogs lead 2-1 over the Bandits. St. Anthony, Bloomington, Town Ball Class A State Tournament here on Prep Spotlight TV. We'll take you into the break showing you some highlights from the games yesterday. This one into left field. Brandstad looks up. Walk off. In the bottom of the 15th. Here he comes. Swung on and hit a long way to left field. Wallard going back on it, and it is gone. Solo home run for Ben Suits, and he got the number 1 and put the whistle on it. And it's 1-0. All 3 runs and had 4 hits so far. And there's a long drive to left field. Bulow going back, and he can't make the play at the fence. Hiram. Check that Amundsen around third, and the throw is cut off at the plate, and it's a trap. This one fair down the third base line. Coming in to score is Hoffman. Poppets will be waved around. He'll score. Sliding in left is Rowe. He blew out a tire, but got it back in. 8th inning we go. New pitcher out there. I believe it's number 30, Joe Miller for the Hogs of St. Anthony. It'll close the door on a spectacular outing from Bennett Wiggins. We'll get his final numbers in a moment. For Bloomington, 9-1-2. Check that. 1, 2, 3. Top of the order due up this inning in the 8th.
On the mound now for the St. Anthony Hogs, number 30, Joe Miller.
It is Joe Miller taking over for Bennett Wiggins. 6 outs to go for the Hogs, but top of the order. It's the 3rd time this game that Connor O'Brien has led off. He led off, obviously, the game. Top 1, led off in the 6th. Now he leads off here in the 8th. Joe Miller in relief of Bennett Wiggins. Final line on Bennett Wiggins, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts for the righty for the Hogs. Leaves with a 2-1 lead, 6 outs to go for the Pen. This one right back up the middle, and that'll be a single to start the 8th for Connor O'Brien. Leadoff hitter Hahn here in the 8th. 5th hit of the day for Bloomington.
Second baseman now, number 24, Jack Timon.
Jack Timon now bats. He's 0 for 3. Joe Miller in relief of Nick Bennett, Bennett Wiggins. Use the 2 first names of the starting pitchers, Bennett Wiggins and Nick Seipel there. Strike 1 to Timon. Runner on first is Connor O'Brien. You see him on the right side of your screen. Short lead, takes an extra step, being held on by Jordan Wiggins. Miller will throw over. Two runs for St. Anthony. Both came in the first inning on a 2-run homer from Ryan Bernardi. 1 run for Bloomington. The Bandits came in the 7th. Garrett Gansky led off with a double, then on a wild pitch. He came from second to home. Runner off for second, back to the mound, only played a first as the runner was headed for second base. Otherwise, that would have been a tailor-made double play. So O'Brien does move up to second. Timon grounds out 1 to 3 for out number 1. But Bandits actually catch a break there because that was right back to Miller. And had O'Brien not been running, he's out at second on an easy throw, and it's likely a double play. It'll bring up David Robbins.
For the Bandits now,
he's 1 for 3.
Right fielder number 28, David Robbins.
Robbins 1 for 3, 1 out, top 8, batting with a runner in scoring position. Joe Miller in relief of Bennett Wiggins. Gave up a single, just forced a ground out. Attacking the first pitch, it went off the glove of Miller. Play over to first, as again, David Robbins showed no interest in going down the line. Just basically walked about halfway down. It's out number 2. Connor O'Brien does move up to third.
Number 12 now, Garrett Gansky.
Brings up Garrett Gansky, who doubled and scored back in the 7th. Runner on third, 2 outs. Big moment here, top of the 8th. Gansky's 1 for 3 with that double. Big moment here. Miller's first pitch, fastball, stayed upstairs, 1-0. Two outs, runner on third is Connor O'Brien. Led off the inning with a single. Moved base to base after that. Timon grounded out to the pitcher, but O'Brien was stealing second, so he got in safely, and David Robbins just grounded out, or lined out, but it was a ground out, off the glove of Miller on the fly, and then to Weston Russell at second. That allowed O'Brien to get over to third. So that out for Robbins technically goes 1 to 4 to 3. The 1-1 popped up. Jordan Wiggins on the infield dirt. Cap high. Big out there. They leave the runner stranded on third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Bottom 8 we go. St. Anthony Hogs leading 2-1 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Now a 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Three, 4, 5. Due up, bottom of the 8th. St. Anthony trying to hang on. They lead 2-1. Trying to add some insurance runs here as Joe Miller worked in relief of Bennett Wiggins in that 8th inning. Sidewind pitch. Missed inside for Christopherson, and it's 1-0. Bluth 0 for 3 with a couple of punch-outs so far in this one. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for St. Anthony. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Bloomington. That one upstairs, and it's 2-0. Christopherson just missing on both of those pitches to start to Bluth. Bluth, the right fielder, batting third for the Hogs here in this game. It's good for a strike, 2-1. Noah Bluth, Ryan Bernardi, Sully Janke, the 3 do this inning. Outside, 3-1. Leadoff walk to Noah Bluth here in the 8th. Brings up Ryan Bernardi. He has supplied the offense for St. Anthony. 2-run homer all the way back in the 1st inning. Courtesy runner over there for Bluth.
Pinch running at first base is going to be number 16, Nick Zizolka. And stepping into the batter's box, number 4, Ryan Bernardi.
Bernardi batting here, bottom 8. 1 on, nobody out. Putting Christopherson in the stretch. First pitch. Ticketed into right field. That's a base hit. Hogs have 2 on, nobody out to start the bottom of the 8th. Trying to add some insurance runs, leading 2-1.
With nobody down, number 20, Sullivan Janke.
Sully Janke batting, showing bunt, laying it down. Play to third. Smart play there by Christopherson. And they get the force out at third. Bunt went just a little bit to the right of Christopherson, but he was able to make the play and get that first out at third. Bernardi moves up to second. Janke lands at
Shortstop
first.
now, number 34, Jeff Ostrom.
Two on, 1 out for Jeff Ostrom now. 2-1. Low-scoring game like this, but still 3 outs for Bloomington in the top half of the 9th, so even 1 insurance run would feel mighty big here in a 2-1 affair. First pitch to Ostrom. Launches it into left field. Garrett Gansky looks up. It's gone! Jeff Ostrom, 3-run bomb. 5-1 Hogs. Took an extra scoop of the protein powder this morning. Ostrom, the 3-run homer.
Batting now after that 3-run home run by Jeff Ostrom. Number 9, Jordan Wiggins.
Here comes Jordan Wiggins. 5-1, now the lead. That'll help the insurance runs. St. Anthony leading. One misses the zone. From Christopherson, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wiggins 1 for 2 with the walk, so he's been on base twice. That one misses inside, 2 balls and a strike. Jeff Ostrom providing a huge 3-run homer here in the bottom of the 8th. That one outside edge, 2-2. Upstairs, counts full. Home run by Ostrom. Down that left field line, it says 315 on the fence. That one cleared it by a few feet. This one up the middle, it's a base hit for Wiggins. Third hit of the inning for the Hogs. It'll bring up Chris Long, who's got a hit.
With
He's
one
1
away,
for
the
3.
Center fielder, number 8, Chris Long.
Right down the boulevard for strike 1. Noah Bluth walked. Bernardi singled. Sully Janke grounded into, or bunted, into an out, but reached first himself. Force out was at third. Jeff Ostrom, 3-run homer. Jordan Wiggins now at first base after a single. 5-1 the lead for St. Anthony. 1 out, bottom 8. 0-2 count to Chris Long. You betcha. Strike 3. Long knew it. 2 outs. Brings up Ryan Ferkenhoff. 0 for 1 has been hit by a pitch twice.
With 2 away, catcher number 5, the Ryan Ferkenhoff.
The Ryan Ferkenhoff batting here with 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. 3 already in this inning. Ferkenhoff just got hit for a 3rd time. Christofferson saying he leaned into it, that he didn't try to get out of the way. Ferkenhoff drilled for a 3rd time. Wiggins moves up to second base. Bloomington Bandits want an explanation. They thought Ferkenhoff leaned right into it. He's been hit by a pitch 3 times today. Back to the top of the order. Andrew Johnson, DH, comes up. 2 on, 2 out. 5-1 the lead for the St. Anthony Hogs. Upstairs, ball 1. Johnson 1 for 4 with a single. Throw back to second. They got him. Jordan Wiggins picked off second base. That'll retire the side. Damage done, though, this inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left on base. St. Anthony needs 3 more outs. They lead 5-1 going top 9 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
3 outs left to go. Top 9. St. Anthony Hogs leading 5-1. Here on Prep Spotlight TV, game 1 of 4 today. We had 4 yesterday, 4 today. Town Ball Class A State Tournament. It will be Joe Miller working his second inning of relief, trying to close the door. 3 out to go. He got a big 3-run cushion added to that. 4-run total cushion, but 3-run bomb was hit by Jeff Ostrup in the bottom of the 8th to make it a 2-1 game, a 5-1 game. Bennett Wiggins went 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Joe Miller now working his second inning of relief. He will have 5, 6, 7 due up in the order here. Alex Mack, Mark Hansen, Rich Jubarian up this inning, top of the 9th. First pitch from Miller into center field. Chris Long over to his right. Cap high catch, out number 1. Mack tagged it just right at Chris Long. Brings up Mark Hansen, who's 0 for 3.
With one away, number 3, Mark Hansen.
Games yesterday, Air Freight Unlimited beat the Minneapolis Angels 2-0. Minnetonka Millers took out the Tri-City Shark 8-2. Baseball 3-6-5 over the Hops of St. Paul 6-3, and the Metro Knights took out the Hopkins Berries 5-0. So next Saturday at 10 a.m., it'll be Air Freight Unlimited against the Minnetonka Millers. At 1, it'll be Baseball 3-6-5 against the Metro Knights. At 4 p.m., it'll be the winner of this one against the winner of our next game. Right now, it looks like it'll be the St. Anthony Hogs. And our next game here today, we'll play the winner of this one. That's going to be the Minneapolis Mudcats against the Highland Park Beavers. Should come up about 40 minutes after the conclusion here of game 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mark Hansen. One out, top 9. Off the wrist and foul away to the left. The 1 run for Bloomington came back in the 7th inning. Made it a 2-1 game at the time. The play itself was pretty crazy. Don't see it every day. Karakansky was on second base. Wild pitch. Got by Ryan Firkenhoff behind the dish, and Gansky went from second to home on the wild pitch. That one goes behind Mark Hansen. Not sure how it didn't hit him, but it didn't. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, top 9. That one did hit Hansen right in the foot. Hansen gets drilled in the foot as he goes down. Hansen hit by a pitch. We'll have a courtesy runner come in for him over at first base.
Pinch running here at first base, number 11.
Jubarian will come into bat. 0 for 2 with a walk. Runner on first, 1 out.
And with 1 away for the Bandits, now batting the catcher.
Bandits need to
Number 6,
get runners on and
Jubarian.
get them over and in any way they can. 4 to stay around here is the mark that the Bandits need to hit. They've only got 2 outs to work with. Foul tip, strike 1. Good to see that Hansen was able to walk off the field a little bit gingerly, but hopefully nothing too serious after taking that one. It was either off the foot or the ankle, I believe. 0-1, Jubarian lofts into left field, coming in. Bernardi makes the catch, out number 2. Hogs are 1 out away from advancing to the quarterfinals next Saturday, right back here at Palm Field. Last hope for Bloomington, Ryan Walker. 1 for 3 with a single.
Number 4, Ryan Walker.
Walker bats here with 2 outs. Joe Miller trying to shut the door here in the ninth. This one into left field, and it bounces in front of Bernardi. 2-out single for Ryan Walker. 2 on, 2 out. Bloomington not going out without a fight. Nick Lohman will bat. 0 for 1 so far. Batting in place of Mike Borens, who was the starting designated hitter. Borens struck out twice, and they brought in Lohman to bat in the 7th. He was retired as well. So Lohman now batting with 2 on and 2 out. 5-1 top 9. Time called at the dish. Miller from the stretch. Swing and a miss by Lohman, strike 1. It would go back to the top of the order if Lohman's able to find a way to get on. And O'Brien, who's in the on-deck circle, if he does get up, would represent the tying run. The 0-1. Wave and a miss on the breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Bandits down to their last strike. Mark Anson's courtesy runners at second. Ryan Walker's at first. Nick Lohman at the plate behind 0-2. Fouled off the screen. Lohman able to stay alive. Fought that one off. Too close to take. Looked like the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Miller looking into Firkenhoff. The 0-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. St. Anthony, the Hogs, advance to the quarters. They'll take on the winner of our next one, Minneapolis Mudcats against the Highland Park Beavers. That game for St. Anthony slated for 4 p.m. next Saturday, right back here at Palm Field. The difference of the game, well, 2 home runs. A 2-run homer for Ryan Bernardi in the first inning. Put the Hogs up 2-0. They never trailed in this one. And then a huge 3-run homer providing some insurance from Jeff Ostrom at the bottom of the 8th inning. The Hogs win this one by a final score of 5-1 over Bloomington. About a 40-minute break, then we'll have our next game coming up. It will feature the Mudcats, Minneapolis, the Beavers, Highland Park. That one coming up in about 40 minutes on Prep Spotlight TV. Game 1 of 4 on the day. In the books, 5-1. The Hogs of St. Anthony take out the Bloomington Bandits. Make sure to tune into our next one between the Mudcats and the Beavers here on Prep Spotlight TV.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Townball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.